Hey faves, it's your Fav Ms. Renee. I'm back, guys, with a new video. Hey, come on in. Come on, have a seat. Let's sit down, pull up a chair. Let's chop it up for a minute. I hope you guys are well. I am good. I am really good. I am very thankful, very blessed. And I hope this video will meet you in the same space where you are blessed emotionally and spiritually and mentally happy. I'm thankful for you tonight. I'm so thankful for you tonight. I am drinking some detox tea out of my Going Places coffee mug. It's not coffee tonight, but detox tea. It's so good. A little spicy, lemon and orange kick. It's really good. And I love this coffee mug because it has a detachable and spill-proof lid. Look at that. I love that. And it's pink. So how are you? I hope you really are good. You know, this quarantining is really tough. But I know you got it. I've got it. And we're going to get through this together. Right? Right? Yes. So, this video, you guys. Hold on. Welcome to my page. Thank you for coming. For all of my non-subscribers, go ahead and hit the bell. Why not? I want you to. And you will be glad that you did. And then, if you hit the bell and you subscribe, you'll get all the notifications for my future videos. If you are already my fave, how are you? I really do miss you guys. So, to get into this video, as I said, I won't be on here long, but I had to come back and kind of do an update to our last video because our last video was a little rough. And if you missed it, now's the time for you to go back, view that one so that you'll understand why we're having this conversation. I feel like it was a tough pill to swallow, but it's necessary. And so this video is kind of a sequel, part 2, to last week's video, as now the persons have broken up, the relationship has ended, people are going separate ways, and hopefully everybody feels the same, and it was a mutual understanding, and everybody is just kind of like, okay, no hard feelings, it didn't work, you're still cool with me. That's cool. But that's not usually how it ends. No. It usually gets a little messy. Okay? Let's just keep it real. Someone usually gets their feelings hurt. Someone feels that they were done wrong, usually. It can turn into a really, real big mess. Unfortunately, I know some people that are going through some times like that, even as we speak right now. And although this video is not made specifically for them, of course not. There's thousands of people going through breakups right now, okay? I don't know, it's the season. That's why we did the No Tears in May campaign, okay? It's just what it is. But when you are one of those people going through that situation, you feel like it is you all by yourself, and you are the only person on planet Earth going through what you're going through. So, have no fear. Your Fav Ms. Renee is here, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to stay healthy in your mind while you're going through a breakup. Okay? So, and let me say this too, okay? This is really important because last week's video was really a favorite of mine because of the topic and because of the sincerity of the video, and because it's something that all of us have struggled with at one point in time or another in our lives. And I just love the fact that the feedback was so good for myself, for me personally. I enjoyed the feedback. Now, mind you, I'm still struggling with trying to get you guys to comment down below the video. Like, I still only had three comments. But I got a couple phone calls. Yeah. And one of my friends, who is a guy my age, watched the video. And he called and he was like, I'm so proud of you. And that video was so good. And I was like, oh, thank you. And so, guys, comment. Let me know. It feels really good to know that you are putting out good content and good work, and that it is benefiting the people that have subscribed to your channel. So, comment, guys. Hello. I need that feedback. And then that way I know that I'm putting out good content that you need, and I'll be putting out even more of it. Okay? As God gives me the word, you know I'm going to give it to you. Right? Okay, cool. Had to say that. Now, going through the breakup. Everyone has decided to part ways. The relationship didn't work. It has ended. Whether it ended on a good note or whether it ended on a bad note, it was a time in your life that you enjoyed at one time. You loved that person, enjoyed being with that person, spent time, made memories with that person. And it's hard when it just comes to an end. It's like, what? I think it's important, too, to understand that a relationship is kind of like a habit, you know? Like, what if you and this person talked every day at 12 noon for lunch? And what if every evening by 6 o'clock y'all were back on the phone after dinner or whatever? And then what if you worked on projects together? Or what if you worked in the community together? Whatever. What if you were in school together? All of those things led up to this habit that you had. And some of that habit you enjoyed. Now that habit is gone. And now you're having to break apart from those habits. And that's hard sometimes. So one of my tips is, when you're going through breaking up and you're also breaking those habits and that relationship habit, find other things to put in those places. For instance, if you talked all the time at 6 o'clock, and I know this is going to be extremely hard right now because we are quarantining, but if you talked every day with this person at 6 o'clock, then call your best friend at 6 o'clock and be like, hey, you know what time it is? I need to talk for a few minutes. And just talk for a few minutes. If we weren't quarantining, that would be a little easier because you could go places and do things. But because we're in the house still and we're social distancing, it makes it harder to do that. But it can still be done. Fill up those voided areas in your life with something positive. Okay? Replace. Okay? Just replace that energy with something positive. It could be negative. It could be a time that you're, feeling really bad and you're hurting and you're remembering. Or it can be a time that you say, you know what? I used to do this at that time. Well, now I'm doing this at that time. So you're just taking up that space. Replace in that space, okay? Another thing that I really think, my second tip that I believe in, if you know me, you know I believe in journaling. I think this is just therapeutic, seriously. You talk to yourself and you talk through and you sort out and you process, and it's awesome, okay? That is just the most realest thing that you can do for yourself. Allow yourself to be very authentic. Be truthful. Don't hold back. Say exactly how you feel. Write it all down. Don't be afraid. Don't write as if somebody is going to read it. Write it as if nobody's ever going to read it, so that you keep it real, okay? So I want you to do that. If you're going through, remember, you got to replace, and then you got to be truthful. You got to talk it out. You got to process yourself through it. You will get through it. I know it feels like right now, oh my God, how am I gonna make it? You will. Every day it gets a little bit easier. It doesn't mean that the love wasn't real, but it just means that time in your life is over. And now it's time to get back on the saddle. Hey, and ride on. Okay, guys, my third tip is be careful not to point your finger at the other person like they did all the wrong in the relationship. Remember, it's not about what they did at this point. The relationship is over. Now I need to channel all of my energies back into myself. And some of that is being very honest with me and deciding what I did that wasn't right in the relationship. Where did I go wrong? How can I be my best self moving and going forward for my next relationship? Remember, guys, there's always two sides to every story. You have a side, and so do they. And at this point, it doesn't really matter who was right, who was wrong. As long as you get the whole point and the purpose of it, how it came to this place, that's what's important. So moving forward, those mistakes that were made in this now past relationship don't happen in your new down the road relationships. Okay? Remember, we're processing and we're getting to know ourselves through this. We're learning different things about ourselves. It's all a part of your journey. So none of this is wasted time. Just know that. And I know sometimes it's like, I wasted so much time in this relationship. I gave this person so much of me. I can't get that time back. You're not supposed to. You're on a journey. And on that journey, some people stay, some people go. And you've got to be willing to move on, whether they stay with you or whether they leave you. Okay? So just remember that. This is life. This is your journey. You're going to get through this. I promise. Okay? Now, another thing, and this is a big one for me. Oh, y'all. Y'all not going to like this one. But y'all know I'm going to keep it real. Okay, so you've got to work through your own trauma. I mean, I had to work through mine. Everybody does. You have to figure out what triggers you. You have to do all of that. Okay? This is a part of getting to your healthy, happy, best self. All right? But you cannot expect for your new relationship partner, let's say you've done all this stuff, you think you've healed and you've moved on, and now you've met someone new, and in meeting this person, you're like, okay, thank God I met this guy. I think he's awesome. I want to be with him. And you're like, everything that was bad, everything that, all those lonely nights are going to be over now, and he's going to fix me and make me happy and make me better. Wrong. That's not okay. That is not okay to take your broken pieces to someone and ask them to fix you. It's not okay. It's not fair to them. It is not fair to come broken and expect for them to put you back together. You should wait until you feel whole again before you enter into a new relationship. And this is the one that gets me. When I'm talking to someone and we're going through a situation and they tell me that they're in a relationship and we're trying to sort some things out, and they yell out to me, well, I had trust issues in the beginning, and I told them that I had trust issues. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, hold on. You had trust issues with them? You just met them? I'm like, no, I had trust issues before I met them. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If you had trust issues before you met them, you were not ready for a relationship, because it is not okay to tell somebody that's just meeting you, I have trust issues. That's the time that the other person should say, okay, I'm leaving. You're not ready. Because it's not okay to drag in all of your stuff that you didn't resolve into a new relationship with somebody that had nothing to do with your past hurts. That's why we gotta take our time. I know that the breakup place doesn't feel good. I've been there a few times. But you have to go through the process. Otherwise, instead of really getting better and getting whole, you're just transferring energy from one person to another, from one person to another, from one person to another. You never get well. You never get whole. You're always a broken person. You don't want to be that way. You want to eventually be happy. And being happy comes from inside, from self. Okay? True happiness comes from you. Doesn't come from someone else. They don't make us happy. They don't complete us. We were already complete when we met them. I'm just trying to tell you. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't give yourself to one person. It doesn't work. And then immediately give yourself to someone else, hoping that they fix it. And then they don't work. And then you immediately give yourself to... It does not work. It does not work. You're going to have to do the work yourself. You're going to have to process, heal from the inside out. Love again. And love again you first. Love you first. And everything else will follow. Now, those are just a few tips. I have more. But I told y'all this wasn't going to be a long video. And it's not. So I want us to go through this together. And I want you to let me know down below. Come on. Comment. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. I want to know. I want to know how you are getting well, going through this process. And be strong. I mean, hey, it's okay if you need to cry. Be strong. Be strong for you. You are depending on you. Okay? And don't forget, I'm always here. I'm a text, a call, a click away. Always. Pinky promise. So in the meantime, y'all, keep your heads up and your eyes open. I'll be back real soon. Bye for now.